Side by sides. A walk in the park to have this time.
Can-Am
baby.
all day, baby.
Can-Am. Because if you
Go on, say something. Go on, say. Oh, you ain't got nothing to say. You ain't got nothing to say.
Nakia, who did we pull out of the mud
Come
hole
on.
the other day?
Can-Ams all
we
day
were
long.
pulling
It's because
All
y'all
day
didn't fucking
long.
hit anything.
Oh shit! I pulled the
All
fucking
day
Polaris out, my
long.
Yeah,
man.
he pulls the razors out.
He didn't even hit a
I
mud
pulled
hole.
the
He didn't
head
want to get no
Polaris
mud on
guy
this
out.
thing.
The guy that was talking the most shit was the one I pulled out.
Yeah.
But you did not go through the hole behind him.
He's on
Because
fucking
I'm not
46.
fucking stupid.
Exactly.
Guys, T-Stu here with Outlaw Way. We got Cheeto, Nacho, Ricky and the Boss. And
The
today,
Boss.
The
He
Boss.
just told you that.
Ricky's not here.
Well, today we're going to be talking about brands. What brands do you like to use? Is it okay to go with the cheap brands, like the great values, or is it
Fords.
good to go with like the?
I'm a great value kind of guy, but I don't think my Ford fits in that category.
He said cheap brands. I was just naming cheap brands.
I want you to see my monthly. No, fuck.
I went with the
I can't
Ford
help
one
it. You
time.
got screwed on buying a cheap brand, but
I went with the Ford, and I'll be honest, I had the death wobble and almost died every time I went down the road.
Were you driving a fucking Ranger?
No, I had an F-250, and every time I would hit a pothole or even just the slightest crack in the road, I'm holding on and it's shaking.
You got to get a better mechanic. You must have bought that bitch used or something. Man, I got my F-250. I've had 150s, 250s, 350s, 450s. I've had 6 or 7, 8 different of these fucking trucks.
And
Every
you're
single one of them.
always in the back with us waiting on you.
I have pulled F-150s, F-250s, F-350s, F-4 Rangers. Like I've hauled them all to the mechanic shop, so I got a good experience.
My only issue with that whole statement was he said, "What was you in a Ranger? Ranger's the best thing a Ford ever
Yeah,
built."
probably, yeah. Rangers are fucking tanks.
Ford fucking Rangers.
My F-250 is a fucking tank, though.
I'm a Chevrolet guy through and through. But
I know,
Ford
I
Ranger's
love
a
a Chevrolet.
bad dude.
I love a Chevrolet, but I don't like any of the new Chevrolets. I like a 02 to 06 Chevrolet Silverado Cat Eye. That is the best Chevrolet that was ever fucking made.
I did disagree.
No,
with you
not
a little
ever.
bit,
Yes.
All the late 60s, early 70s shit.
but I'm a GM guy.
of every brand.
Now,
I really like the square body stuff from back, from back in the
Absolutely.
day.
Yeah, it's
all
great.
the square body stuff. That stuff is
it's
awesome.
great as long as you don't want heat AC or radio or massaging seats or fucking to tow anything.
I'm a GM guy, but I'm also a Lowell brand guy. So I started with GM. I'm a GM guy.
I
I'm
started
an
with
Apple
GM.
guy. I'm a Samsung guy. When I find a brand that I like, that's all I am. I'm that brand. I don't waver from it.
I was a big Chevy guy for a long time until my 10th 4L60 transmission. And then I said, fuck this, and went to Ford. And the transmissions, I don't know.
Just downhill ever since.
Here's the deal.
I don't know how to drive.
I think the Ford interior is probably the best out
You
there.
damn
I think
right
you're
it is.
smoking crack.
It probably is. Maybe not the newest GMCs, but up until now, the Ford interior is really nice. But the front end, like when we're talking, like I said a minute ago, the death wobble, the GM and the Chevrolets, they have independent front suspension.
Yeah.
So when you're driving down the road, it is way smoother. I don't know what Ford's got going on up there.
Yeah, now
but
I will say that. I will say you do get a better ride in a GM product generically than you do in a Ford product.
I rode a block
But
and
if
a
you
half
go
with you.
spend 50 grand on suspension and a lift like
Yeah.
the boss did,
I drove a
No, you
block
gotta- come
and a
on.
half with you.
Yeah.
A block and a half.
That's when I was on
I had to go to the
26s.
fucking chiropractor.
That's when I
And
was
the
on
dentist.
26s. Okay, I was on 26s and rubber bands, and we're in West Monroe, Louisiana, the worst motherfucking road structure anywhere.
I've been on bicycles that were smoother than that much.
There's
Yeah,
potholes on
it's
this
bad.
fucking road that a small child could fit in.
You're not wrong.
I mean, shit fire. On 6s, it's pretty rough no matter where you go, though.
So my opinion is on trucks, I've been a GM Chevrolet guy all my life.
Mhm.
But this last time that I was buying a truck, I literally went and drove them all. I drove Ford, Dodge, Chevy, GM. I went and drove them all, played with all of them, read all the reviews, and I ordered an F-250.
Yeah.
It did not come in. I waited a year.
Them fucking chips, man.
I finally got what I could get, and I went back to Chevrolet, which I'm not disappointed in.
Oh, no, they're not
But-
trucks.
my point is, I went and drove them all. I did order the F-250.
Pressured.
Never got
pressured into order.
Why
Never
did you
got it.
order the F-250 over?
Because he
the
was
GM?
pressured. Because
It
other people
was-
outside kept going, it's better, it's better.
It was a little bit, the interior was a little bit nicer. It had a bigger screen. It had the 22 models. I think Ford upgraded a little ahead of Chevrolet.
Ford always
Chevrolet
does a
came
little
out
bit
with
on
a
the
bigger
technology.
screen,
Yep.
like halfway through 22. So I have a 22 Chevrolet High Country. You can buy a 22 Chevrolet High Country now, and it has a big screen in the dash. Mine don't.
Well,
they come out with it halfway of the year. That's just
It's been a staple from my life, but Ford, for instance, Ford has spent more time. They're a little ahead on the interior every year. Of course, they can't get their diesel right. They keep swapping that bitch around.
Oh yeah.
Where Chevrolet perfected the Duramax and is now messing with the
The
technology.
6.7 turbo
So-
diesel is the fucking best motor that ever happened to Ford.
That ask a 7.3 guy and he'll tell you different. I mean,
I think it's a whole lot about the history. Right now, I think most of the trucks are made pretty equal. It's a
They
matter
are.
of taste.
It's a
what
matter
you
of
like.
taste. It's a
but
matter
it
of
depends
taste.
on what you really want because Cummins is a great diesel.
Yeah, as long as
but
we
the
don't buy a
truck-
Dodge though, yeah. No,
The
I'm not
truck
fucking
falls
driving
apart
Dodge.
around it. The truck does not hold up. It never has.
It never has. Ricky Lewant from High Lifter, if you're listening to this, your truck is a piece of shit, and I don't care how good it looks.
Also, if you're listening, flip your fucking mirrors in. The Ford has always been a workhorse, whether it's a 7.3 or the
It's a
6.7.
toady.
It's
Toady,
always
baby.
been a workhorse,
Yeah.
but they don't have the comfort all the way through. GM has always been more comfort on the top. Now, in my opinion, GM has kind of brought the power and comfort together. The Ford is still about power, and they got some comfort features in it.
When you're talking about power, horsepower, what they'll pull, there is differences in the different trucks as to which pulls more.
I'd rather have a
The
dual.
lowest one, you ain't pulling that much. So when the yo up, you ain't pulling that much.
Yeah.
Like I have a ranch, I haul cattle around, I haul hay, I haul 40-foot trailers, and if you buy a 3/4 ton truck, it's gonna tow what you're pulling.
My thing
So-
is though,
Yeah.
is it going to be Ford or GM if you buy a dually?
Oh, I'm
gonna
going
be Ford.
GM all day.
It's going to be Ford
I'm going GM all day.
just because I'm a Ford guy, but I would not buy a GM dually.
Why?
I just don't like them, man. The look of them, the style, the ride, everything like that, compared to a Ford dually,
Nah.
so much better.
One thing I will say, like, having both trucks, one noticeable difference about the Ford that I will say I liked is the low end torque. Like,
Oh yeah,
bone stock, driving down the road, you can be cruising at 60 miles an hour and punch it, and the freaking tires are spinning. The GM I have now, I know you guys have yours deleted, and it's freaking freakishly fast and will burn the rubber off your tires. But bone stock, when I'm cruising down the road, if I punch it, it takes 2 or 3 seconds for it to even.
Their throttle
even rev
response
up.
is horrible.
It is very
Well,
slow.
Ford's
But you go
always been out the
spend-
gate.
You
the
don't have to
workhorse,
do the
like we
whole
talked about.
delete. Go spend a little bit of money and get a throttle response deal that plugs on the
I
pedal.
mean yeah.
That fixes it all. It's absolutely
Ford-
phenomenal.
Ford's always
I'm just
been the
talking
workhorse.
stock though. Like,
With
go
this-
to the dealership, buy the truck, comparing both of them bone stock.
But with this said, this episode's about brands, and we're just talking about trucks.
Yeah.
So what about the stuff goes behind the truck, from trailers to boats to
Oh, trailers, boy. I'm going Doolittle all the way. Have you seen their fucking trailers?
I'm going Doolittle.
I've
as
seen a
soon as
couple videos.
I get my Doolittle, but
I've seen a couple
No.
of videos. Me and Cheeto's been looking at them, talking about ordering one for the company.
The hydraulics, man. No matter what trailer
that
I
is
get,
sweet.
no matter what trailer it is, if I'm gonna get a gooseneck or a fifth wheel, I want hydraulic legs on that motherfucker.
Yes. Oh, what was the brand of the trailer I just hauled to Texas?
Oh, they're fucking out of business.
That was
big old POS. That's what it was.
horrible. Oh,
Yes.
it was so bad.
It was bad.
It was a skinny neck, all iron, built in the 90s.
That
No
sucker was
fucking
rough.
suspension on the axle.
It was
brake.
bad.
It was bad.
Yeah. So much ain't got no paint. It's
I
just
thought-
rust colored.
But I gotta go with
I thought me and my wife was going to need dental work when we got on.
I have done
As
an
a matter of fact,
extensive-
when we got to the park is when me and Cheeto started digging and looking into Doolittle.
Yeah.
But I haven't pulled one yet.
Well, Well, I'm just gonna tell you from
Anything
what I've
can be
seen.
better than that.
Yes.
From what I've seen, the research I've done, Doolittle is leaps and bounds ahead of any other trailer company. And just for shits and giggles, fuck Big Tex.
Doolittle,
Let's
can
say
you
that.
customize them to fit our brand? All of our stuff is over the top.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, we have the
gotta be.
nicest
Well, the man is
enclosed
building.
trailers. We have wraps. We have big
The
equipment.
man's building us some trailers. He is team outlawing them. They're gonna be lit up like Christmas trees.
Got that right.
They gonna have rims
Man.
on them. They gonna have black rims.
Hell yeah, you gotta
yeah,
put
we gotta
rims
use
on.
that.
I don't even know. I'm not a trailer guy, so I don't even. The only trailer I even know brand is Cowboy. I've just heard of Cowboy trailers.
Well,
it's
see,
'cause they're
Cowboy
every
doesn't
fucking
even-
way around here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Cowboy doesn't even have a brand.
Yeah.
Cowboy is just a business.
They
They
slap the
sell
fucking
PJ
sticker on,
and
yeah.
a bunch
Yeah.
of other stuff.
So
They
I
sell
don't know
different
anything
brands.
about that. So,
Yeah.
but it is.
But I'll
it
tell
is
you what.
cool.
Speaking of brands, I know this is a good one here. I'm a Milwaukee guy through and through. I would not fucking buy a DeWalt Impact.
This
I
is
would
the
rather
first
use,
time I could say you ain't shit.
man, a Milwaukee is the fucking way to go.
It is by far the way to go.
Yeah, but it's like this. I
Look,
would not.
you
even,
have to walk in my shop.
I'm telling you, I would rather use a fucking handheld Milwaukee screwdriver than I would a fucking DeWalt Impact.
I was
Yeah,
a
me too.
DeWalt guy.
Me too.
I was a DeWalt guy for a long time. DeWalt recently, I say recently, it's probably been years now.
Oh yeah, 10 years ago
when they did the
sold-
battery,
They
thing?
sold out to Black and Decker.
Oh yeah.
Well,
When they did
whoever
that-
they sold out to, some Chinese
Well,
company.
I heard
They
it was
were
Black
shit.
and Decker, but I had a bunch of DeWalt stuff, so I still have some DeWalt stuff. I've been slowly trying to migrate over to Milwaukee, and I want to go all Milwaukee because, I mean, hands down, dude. I saw a video the other day. They have a battery operated fish tape,
What the fuck?
250-foot
You
battery
can-
operated fish
Dude,
tape.
it is from
Like
all
everything.
of my. I think everybody here knows I've been building this little house for my uncle on my property. Every tool on the job site is Milwaukee.
I'm telling you.
I have 3 different nail guns that are battery operated, impacts, drills,
Even the tape measure.
freaking tape measures.
But
hacksaws,
I'm big on themes. Like,
radios, compressor.
I've always been a big guy on theme. Like my shit's got to match.
Oh yeah,
And
me
you
too.
know, we just changed the company over from green and black to red and black.
Yeah.
Yellow doesn't fucking match.
Exactly.
I need Milwaukee. Like
That's
Milwaukee, where are you at, dude? I need you.
But I'll tell you what.
And I'm sorry, I,
even
don't
have
mean to
the-
interrupt you.
I even
but-
have the toolbox.
We have a lot of tools in this facility. We have a lot of toolboxes in this facility. We have a lot of opportunity in this facility. We do a lot of rides. We do a lot of fishing. We do a 4-wheel drive truck. I mean, we have a platform for Milwaukee. Y'all need to jump on this shit. I'm telling you.
Tyler, what's your brand tool? If you go buy a drill, what you buy?
Black and Decker.
After
Ryobi.
hearing-
I like a ride.
Hey, what's wrong with Ryobi? That's what I was about to say. I actually have a lot of Ryobi stuff.
I don't know how you afford it. Fuck.
That's high line shit.
That's $5 shit.
I've got
Ryobi's
some.
high.
Yeah. I mean, I've got an assortment of all kinds of stuff. I've got a couple Makita drills. I've got a Ryobi.
Makita used to be the
Makita
shit.
Used to be the shit. That's
It
what
used
I'm
to be
saying.
the shit.
That was
They
my
used to be top
brand.
dog.
That was my brand.
Like 6-7 years ago.
They were the shit.
They were the
As-
motherfuckers.
As
Yeah.
crazy as I am with all my tools being red and black, and they're all Milwaukee, it was Makita.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for
Until
me,
I bought a Milwaukee tool and I converted.
So Milwaukee's the shit.
yeah, no doubt. I think
They're the
Milwaukee's
tool brand.
probably-
We all agree.
Oh yeah.
We're waiting on sponsorship whenever they get off their ass.
Yeah.
But,
But-
hold on, while we're on brands,
Oh,
are
we're gonna
you
stay
about
on brands?
are you about quality, or are you about price when it comes to a tool?
All day long quality.
Pound now out. So
No.
it's like this. Power tools. For power tools, I'm going Milwaukee for the price. It doesn't matter whatever because of the quality. But for hand tools, I'm a Harbor Freight shopping motherfucker. Okay, I tear some Harbor Freight deals down.
Now I do like the fact that for $3.99 you can add a lifetime warranty to any fucking thing in a Harbor Freight.
Anything.
And that's
You could buy anything you want. from
that's a
Harbor
good
Freight.
that's a good selling
And I
point.
use the
Whoever the
fuck out of
marketing
it.
guy is for Harbor Freight, he's fucking
Even
big.
for our businesses, we spend a lot of money at Harbor Freight.
We do spend a
love
lot of money on
Harbor
Harbor Freight.
We
But
need
we
a
spend a lot of
Harbor
money on Harbor
Freight
Freight because me and Nacho both have had full Snap-on boxes, full fucking Matco boxes, everything you can think of, and it all fucking disappears.
Yeah.
So we started Harbor Freight in this son of a bitch.
Yeah. U.S. General fucking them
All
little
day.
boxes they
But
have
my
in.
personal tools,
Yeah.
used to, me and Chip brought our personal tools to work when we needed them.
Oh yeah.
Ain't happening no more.
We cut that shit out.
They
all
just
of our
kinda-
tools walk away.
just
We,
kinda, yeah,
we ended
walk
up
off.
having nothing at home.
Yeah,
Billy Bob's got my $150 screwdriver back there scratching pole paint off or something.
that's good shit. That's good shit.
We ain't doing that.
So what about like as far as brands go, clothing? Are you guys a?
Clothing?
Okay, what are we talking about? We talking about pants, shirts, socks, underwear, shoes? What are we talking about?
Or just
Well, I can
in
tell
general.
you don't care. But
I do care. I do care.
Yeah,
I mean, looking at those Crocs.
Calvin Klein underwear
you know, American
with the
Eagle.
pocket. That's where I'm at.
American Eagle all the way.
My socks, they got to be double stitched or double twilled or whatever the fuck they call
Carhartt
it.
socks. Carhartt.
I might have to look into that.
They're the best.
Now beyond that,
This is not
Like-
a question for me. I'll wear whatever my wife buys.
that's what I would say. Beyond that, if they fit, I don't give a fuck.
I'm a bigger guy though,
Yeah.
so like I'm a fucking 6'2", 300 pounds.
You look
All
like
you
a
wear
you
is
look like a
Carhartt.
All I
Carhartt
wear is
guy.
Carhartt.
Carhartt must be sending
Because-
you a hell of a check.
Oh no, see what it is. The clothes, they're stitched, the way they're cut, everything is for guys my size. It is.
What about Duluth?
I do not like Duluth. I've worn it. I have tried it. I can't get the stains out of it. It doesn't shrink. I'll give them that. It's a really good shirt and pant that they use. But at the end of the day, they're just
That's that
not.
company wants to put stuff in pockets that don't go in a pocket.
Yeah, so like they're just
Yeah, I don't.
You could create
Yeah.
a pocket for my balls,
No.
but my balls don't belong in a pocket.
No.
I don't get that.
they're just they have really great stuff. But for me, the price and the quality, I would rather just go buy Carhartt shit that I can get Tractor Supply down the road.
Now we are putting out some really nice apparel. I really like our shirts. I really like the
Oh yeah,
next
No
level.
doubt.
I really like the feel of it. So if you need shirts, we don't do pants and underwear and shit. But if you need shirts, go check that
I
out.
will sell you a pair of my underwear. I will, if you need them.
Well, for me, I'm as bougie as they come when it comes to clothes.
I see you over there. You're on a fucking windbreaker. These are name brand slides. What you got going
Yeah,
on?
but you can't wear nothing but fucking Monster branded shit.
Well, here's the deal. For me, like it's all about comfort. Not even just in everyday clothes. Like when I'm hunting or fishing, I like to be comfortable. I like to be warm. I'm buying whatever I think is gonna, withstand the element. I
So
know
you're not brand specific. You're just on comfort.
I'm 100% on comfort, but most of the time when you're trying to get something that fits right, like you said, that's got the right cut,
Yeah.
and finding something that's comfortable, you're gonna be spending the money for.
Well,
it.
this is my big problem.
But that doesn't specify a brand.
Okay, I'll
is
give
will
you a brand.
I don't go shopping. I go to the store with my wife twice a year, try on a bunch of different pair of pants, pick them out. This is the ones. This is the jeans I wear jeans every day.
Wear the
Anybody
same
that
ones
don't
every
know.
day.
I've never seen
But-
your legs before. Yeah, I can see that.
But find the jeans, the cut, the number on them, everything. A few months later, I need some more pants. Just order them. We have the number.
Yeah.
They come in, they are not cut the same. They don't fit the same.
That's because they're switching
And
from
I have
China
to go
Taiwan.
And I have to go back to the damn store.
Yep.
I hate shopping. I don't want to go. I need pants right now. I have not went. I don't want to go to the store to do it. And they change up.
They do. And I'll tell you what, speaking of pants specifically, I wear Carhartt pants. I wear a 36, 32 in the Carhartt pant. Okay. In cinch, the cinch jeans, whatever, I wear a 40, 30 in the rock and roll pants.
So you feel better buying the.
He buys a Carhartt.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
buy
a
the
size
Carhartt.
smaller.
but see, here, look. So the rock and roll denim or whatever they sell at Cavender's down here, I'm a 42.28, and I'm like,
Well,
and
I'm
they
gonna,
all fit the same.
I'm gonna
like,
stop
what
you
the
for 1
fuck?
second here.
Wow.
I got a little bit of money.
Yeah.
I ain't fucking buying nothing from Cavender's again.
No.
Everything in that motherfucker. You gotta
All-
mortgage your house to get a
all my
fucking shirt.
really-
90% of my clothes come from Cavender's.
My
Y'all
really
all my
crazy.
boots come from Cavender's.
My really nice wedding outfits, but I'm not part of the wedding. I'm just attending. Like if I want a really nice pair of pants or a really nice button down, I'm a Cavender's kind of guy.
Well, we just went to River Run.
Yeah.
Before that, I thought, okay, I'm gonna run get me a pair of coveralls.
Yeah.
Well, around here, you got Academy or Cavender's. So I go to Cavender's.
You shouldn't have went there for that.
Okay, I walk in, like, need some coveralls. She's like, yeah, right over here. Here's the 6 pair that we have.
Yeah.
They're like $250, $285 or some
But
shit.
you don't mind going to a big retail store. I don't like it. So if my wife says, hey, you got to go shopping with me because you got to try stuff on, I'm going to go to Cavender's where a pretty lady is going to come assist me finding what I want. They are going to help me to pick out what I want. They're going to bring me and try on
Well,
stuff.
see, the only pretty lady I'm concerned about is my wife, so I'm not looking at that.
JJ, if you
It's
hear this,
service.
he's saying this.
Yeah.
JJ.
It is service.
I know you
My
guys
wife
wear.
knows. One time I end up in the mall at, what is that store?
Buckle.
Buckle no
Yes.
Players.
I mean, you know that store in the mall.
I knew you were going to say
You know,
buckle. I don't know
He knew
why.
exactly what I was talking about.
Players.
We go in
That's
Buckle
where you
Buckle?
get, that's where you
for
get
my
your
wife
ears.
to buy something.
That's where Ricky hangs out.
this
Fuck.
They
pretty
ain't got
girl,
a fucking thing in
this
the buckle
pretty
that
girl
fits
comes
Ricky.
over. Can I help you? I'm like,
Nothing.
no, I'm just waiting on my wife. She comes back a few minutes later and says, hey, have you ever tried these pants on? I'm like, no, I don't wear pants like that. She don't quit. Next thing I know, I'm in a dressing room. She is throwing stuff over the door. By the time my wife finishes in the dressing room, I have a stack of clothes by the register.
That's fucking service.
That is service.
Hey, I'll tell
I
you.
get that at Cavender's.
I'll tell you guys what. I know you guys like Wranglers. You guys probably wear Wranglers.
I'm
He
a
wears
Wrangler.
Carhartt.
Yeah, Carhartt and Wrangler. Like they sell
Yes.
both. Whatever the fuck they sell at Tractor Supply, I'm a Tractor Supply wearing motherfucker.
On
All
a
my outfits.
on
come
a
there.
budget, a great pair of pants. They sell them at. I'm not sure where all they sell them, but I know they sell them at Target for like $25. You can get the Wrangler. I think they're ATX. I could be wrong, but it's.
You look like a Target kind of guy.
I'm just saying.
You look like a Target.
All right, I'm just saying, at Target, you can get these things for like $25, and they're great. They have like, and y'all were talking about sizes. They are actually down sizes, so they'll make you feel really good when you go in there. Like if you wear a 36, you're coming out of there with some 32s that fit.
That's
you
what
know
Carhartt
I'm saying?
does. I swear they do. I swear
Probably
they
doing
do.
it on purpose.
Yeah. So
Can you even try on clothes at Tractor Supply?
Fuck yeah, baby.
Yeah, they got dressing room.
You can go back there beside the fucking feed bin. They don't give a fuck. You can do whatever you want to at Tractor Supply.
All right, so we kind of got on the clothes stuff, but I got to get back on the title real quick, and I know we're gonna have some opinions about this.
Opinions.
Let's go boats, buddy. Let's go boats.
All right, so I've actually ran probably five different.
Ranger.
No, I've actually ran 5 different brands of boats.
Ranger.
No, 4.
Vexus.
And I've had a Champion. I've had a
Trash.
couple Bass Cats,
Trash.
Ranger, and now Vexus. All the boats now are great. I mean, they really are.
Come on.
But
They're not all great.
when
Come
you're
on,
talking
Tyler. These
top,
sponsors
when
watch
you're
this?
talking top of the line, like absolute best craftsmanship,
Go on, tell them, Tyler. Go on, tell them. Hit them with it.
the Vexus is absolutely destroys everything I've ever been in. Now, I haven't been in a Phoenix enough to really give a good comparison on that. Heard those boats are great. The Ranger,
I really thought Phoenix was the number 3 behind Vexus and Ranger until we had one back here and took it apart.
Yeah.
And it fell
It was
way
disappointing.
down the list. Very disappointing for me. But
There was
didn't
too
even
much
go to-
plastic. It was.
well, here's the deal. So Ranger, in my opinion, used to make the best boat by far. Well, the last couple of years we had Bass Pro Shops, Johnny Morris bought Ranger, and now, in my opinion, a Ranger is just another Nitro. You know what I mean? It's still a nice boat. It's still one of the top of the line boats, but I don't think the craftsmanship is the same as it was.
And I think there's somebody that's been saying that for like a year, and everybody argued with him.
We're not
about
listening
come
to
back
you,
around.
Cheeto.
Oh, that's right. It was me. Yeah, yeah.
Well, the guys that are building the Vexus now are all the guys that used to build Rangers. So all the little quirks that Ranger probably had that they wanted to get worked out, they have that and more at Vexus. And, I've only been running the boat for 2 months now, and I haven't had it in any just absolutely crazy water, but just running it around here and the fishability of it and just, the craftsmanship and how nice it is, it don't even feel like a fishing boat.
Well, I have been a Ranger guy all my life, but I did have the opportunity this past year to sit down with one of the big guys with Vexus. And the technology that they have in their new plant is freaking phenomenal.
Well, the way they're building boats, every single boat is exactly the same. I don't know how they're crafting it exactly. You'd have to get more into that.
But the
The vacuum seal.
thing that I was
vacuum
pointing,
seal,
the
that's right.
vacuum sealed fiberglass, the Ranger boat, when they put out a Ranger, I think he was explaining to me their quality control. The boat had to fall within, I want to say it was like 200 pounds
Right.
of a quality control of the weight of the hull.
So you
And
might
that extra weight could be anywhere. It could be on the right side, the left side, which throws it out of balance if you have an overage, or an under. The Vexus, the way they're
It's
vacuum
exact-
sealing it,
exactly
it's
the
within
same.
like 4 pounds.
and with the Ranger being 100 pounds off,
Every hole.
I had 3 Rangers. One of them ran 75 miles an hour. One of them ran 63 miles an hour. and one on ran like 68. Same exact boat, same exact motor. The weight distribution, I guess, was just different in all three of them.
Right.
And they all performed completely different.
Well, I bought my first bass boat a year and a half ago, and it's a Vexus. And I'm not going to lie. I bought the boat because when I walked into that dealership, that boat was on the showroom floor. It was the baddest looking boat that I had personally ever seen.
Didn't even own a rod and reel yet.
So I bought the boat
it was
100% off of that. I didn't know nothing about Vexus. I didn't know anything about the Ranger family being behind Vexus, none of that. Now, growing up and knowing about fishing, I fished as a kid, stuff like that. Ranger was the best you could buy. That's what everybody always said. Forrest Wood started. He had built the first bass boat. Like, I knew the history. I knew about it. And then being business partners with Nacho, he ran Rangers. I knew what he did. Tyler fished out of a Ranger. So Ranger was the shit. Once I bought the Vexus and we went to our first boat show in Monroe, and I talked to the Vexus guy, and he kind of broke the story down to me about the Ranger family, had tears in his eyes, all that. I started actually doing my research. I'm real big on research. When I get into something, I dive into it. Once I found everything out about it and drove it and everything, hands down, Vexus is killing it. And Ranger is kind of losing a little bit of its luster in the industry, but it still holds the name. But if I was Johnny Morris, I would be highly pissed right now, because if you go to Vex's website, it's Ranger. Like, from day one, Forrest Wood, like, it's Ranger.
the story of Vexus
Is Ranger.
is Ranger's story.
Yeah.
Right.
Vexus has been out, what, 5-6 years?
2008, 17 or 18 was their
Yeah.
first
So a
aluminum.
little longer for aluminum boats. This is like their third or fourth year with fiberglass.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's
But-
like this. I don't know much about boats because I mean, like, I got a 96 Nitro. I'll be crack-a-lacking. But when I seen Chip's boat, just the fucking color and the
I'm
trim
telling you, that's
and
my
the
boat.
shit, like, when you see that fucking boat,
It looks like luxury.
it looks like it's a luxury boat. Like, it looks like it's fucking a Lamborghini parked next to a Ford Ranger when Tyler pulls up in a fucking Ranger.
And that's why I bought it before I knew the story.
And
Yeah.
here's the issue too. Like I said, I'm not hating on Ranger at all. I still think they make an awesome boat. Like, they really do. But when Bass Pro Shops bought Ranger, there was 150 guys on the FLW tour. 130 of them were running Rangers. I mean, there's 130 pros promoting this brand. Well, when Bass Pro Shop bought it, they cut 90% of the guys. So you go from having 130, Ranger pros to now there's like 5 on the entire circuit. So, I mean, you don't have anywhere near as much as promotion they were getting.
Yeah, and why would you do that,
I mean,
What's the
I don't know.
point in
I mean,
that?
and here's the deal. They're still making money on these boats. Like, even
mean,
if they're
yeah,
selling
but-
it at a discount, they're still making money on these boats. So for them to be selling that many boats every year, like, I'm talking 130 guys are buying a new boat every year, buying a Ranger every year. And then for them to just like cut all that out, it's just crazy to
It's
me.
crazy, yeah.
And I'm going to we're on the boat subject before we switch, because I want to go side by sides next. But just the last second while we're on the boat deal, the hardest working person in the boating industry, Charlie Evans.
Charlie Evans. Hands
Charlie
down.
Evans, hands down.
This
Hands
dude,
down. I hate to
man.
What is
I hate to break Tyler's heart, but
I
he
don't have
ain't
anything
got,
against Trevor.
he ain't got shit on Charlie
I'm
Evans.
telling
What
you.
is it? Paw Patrol? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows Charlie Evans' name, and like, I don't. But I know the Paw Patrol guy. The motherfucking Paw Patrol.
This
guy. That
man-
sucker there. Every
How old is
show,
he?
He's probably
65,
Yeah.
70?
I say
He
he's
is-
68.
He is out
He's
there
up there.
grinding. I mean, he's at every
How old
show.
is he, Tyler?
Every show I go to,
Like 95 or something. He's
I
old.
don't know if it's that old. But
Nah, he ain't that old.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm mid 40s.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting in my boat,
He's got more injury than all of us.
well, getting in my boat
Whoa,
is a
way more.
decision. Every time I get in my boat, I decide: am I stepping on a fender well? Am I coming up the steps? Like, I don't want to hurt nothing. I'll throw a fucking knee
I
out.
bet you he could flat foot from the fucking ground to his deck.
This dude is in and out of his boat 1,000 times a day,
On a- at a
5
show.
days a week. I'm telling you.
So at the Monroe show, I seen him. He was there all 3 days, all day. He was there before me and left after me. I'm talking about 10 hours a day
Yes.
with the kids, taking pictures with everything. I just recently seen him again in Bristol, at the NASCAR track. I got there every morning at 8 a.m. and I left every night at 8 p.m.
He was at Red Crest.
He was at that NASCAR track by his boat taking pictures with people every time I got there in the morning at 8, and every single time I left at night. They had set his ass up his own fucking rental light to shine on him and his boat so people could still take pictures.
He's one of the only 10% that I was talking about that Ranger kept.
Oh, you
What
can't
they
lose
would-
him.
You wouldn't get rid of Charlie.
They
Evans.
would
you
be
ain't get rid of him.
stupid.
He
not
is
to
fucking
give
Ranger.
that man a vote.
Yeah,
We're
You
not
don't
talking
Take
about
the Quaker
discount.
Oats
But
guy
here's
off
the
the
deal,
fucking
Because I can
box.
tell
No.
you, Charlie Evans, when I met the man, first thing he did was demo a full round demo of the Ranger boat.
he's done it to me 3 times.
That's what I was fixing to say. We are friends. I am friends with Charlie Evans. We have put stuff on his boat. I know him.
Yeah.
I've talked to him 1,000 times. Every time we walk up to his boat, he says, "Hey, have I shown you my boat?" And he goes into it, and you feel like an ass to say, "Hey, Charlie, this is your 4th time to show me the boat."
He don't
So
care.
you
He's
just
programmed.
listen.
Yeah.
You
He's a
just
fucking
listen.
robot.
He is.
You just
got
listen and let him
Alzheimer's.
demo
He's
the
that
boat
old.
again. I have never seen any other pro angler demo their boat, and
Nowhere
he demos it to every person that is willing to listen.
He is the fucking brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Yes.
he was one of the, he might have been he was one of the owners of FLW.
He was the founder of this.
or founder of FLW.
Founder, the president of FLW for many, many years, but he is, we're talking a long time about Charlie Evans, but that dude has done more for the fishing industry and the outdoor industry than most anybody I've ever.
I put him right there with Forrest Wood.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great guy.
I don't know if I'd
We
put him
love
that
you.
high, but
Oh, I put him that high. We
That
love you,
is-
Charlie. Side by side.
Side by sides. A walk in the fucking park to have this Can-Am,
all
baby.
day, baby.
Can-Am. Because if you
Go
fucking,
on, say something. Go on, say. Oh, you ain't got nothing to say.
We whoop
Nikia.
your
You ain't
ass
got nothing
and-
to say.
Nikia,
Huh?
who did we
What-
pull
what-
out of the mud
come
hole
on.
the other day?
Can-Ams all
we
day
were
long.
pulling
It's
Can-Ams
because,
out.
it's because
All
y'all
day
didn't fucking
long.
hit anything.
Oh shit! I pulled
All
the fucking
day
Polaris out, my
long.
yeah,
man.
he pulls the razors out.
He didn't even hit a
I
mud
pulled
hole.
the
He didn't
head
want to get no
Polaris
mud on
guy
his
out.
thing.
The guy that was talking the most shit was the one I pulled out.
Yeah.
But you did not go through the hole behind him.
He's on
Because
fucking
I'm not
46.
fucking stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He
The hole
attempted
is
a
six-
hole you can't do. I
made
can't do.
I made it farther than him in my Can-Am.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You was pulled out of the
I've
same
got-
hole.
Yeah, but I made it farther. You had to let the winch out farther.
Well, hold up. We got to put some context here. There's a 10-foot deep hole. There's a Polaris that has a 10-foot lift, and there's a Can-Am that has a 5-foot lift. Common sense tells you the Can-Am is not going through there because it's going to high center and be done. So that 10-foot's going to go on a 10-foot. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it out. So the old Can-Am had to tie onto his
I
ass.
have to
and pull
say,
him out.
there was Can-Ams, there was Polarises. Neither bike made it through that hole.
But far as just general topic, when you talk about luxury, performance, power, all
Looks,
around,
everything.
looks, Can-Am outdoes Polaris just a little bit in every single
Okay,
category.
from the people on this couch,
Yeah.
whose bike is the fastest right now?
I take my portals off, I smoke you.
Right now, whose bike is the fastest?
If we go
I
back,
guarantee
if I
you
go
it's
back to
mine.
factory, if
No
I go
way.
back, if I go back to factory,
What
I'm
is
gonna
yours?
outrun all of you probably.
A Polaris 1000.
Okay,
And
it's
it's
probably yours.
bone stock with stock
If we
tires.
go back to
If
factory,
we go
I'm
on the
gonna
black
outrun
top
you.
right now, I'm doing
Now,
all
now,
that.
You're not.
yes, I am.
Okay.
Yours is a H8.
Mine has been
HD8,
tuned.
whatever.
Mine has got a tune in it. It's been programmed. That's what I was going to say. I will outrun you, but mine has been tuned and has a program in it.
I don't believe it.
Now that
I
it's
don't believe it.
up,
Can-Am is not outrunning a player.
Yeah.
it will all
Have
day.
you never seen a X3 Turbo RR?
I'm not saying there's not one in existence.
Chip,
They're
I'm
everywhere.
saying apples to apples.
have you put yours on
That
the
is
black
level.
top to see exactly how fast it would go?
But yes, before, okay, stock, black top, wide open as far as it run at top out, I was doing about 61 miles an hour in my HD8. I went and got it programmed. He wrote a tune, all that stuff. I could touch 85.
Come on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean,
After my tune,
I think somebody's telling
I could do
stories.
76 in my HD10 stock.
after my tune, I could touch 85. Now, since it's been lifted and it's got the bigger tires and all that on it, the same stretch that I did the 61 in, I got up to 51. I have not gone back to the
We're
stretch
about to ask Google.
that I hit on the other.
Okay. I think we're going to have a difference of opinion on speeds and all that crap. We're
But
obviously.
just general luxury. Can-Am
An
winner.
area you have to admit Polaris has Can-Am accessories
No.
and
No.
ease of installation. There is no
No.
possible way you can argue that.
I might have to
will
give him
say-
ease of
I will
installation.
give you ease of
It'll-
installation.
It'll take you 4 hours to do the same job on a Can-Am.
But
It'll
there's
take
a
you
reason.
30 minutes on a
Yeah.
Polaris.
But there's a reason
There's
why.
a reason, yeah.
Because Can-Am is so much better built
Come
and
on,
has
man.
better parts. It
Yeah.
takes
Come on.
longer
My
to get
bike
it apart.
has not broke yet.
Because
Yours
you
has
hadn't fucking
broke
done anything.
every ride
No,
we
no,
go
no,
on.
no. Hold up. Put some context
You
to that.
burnt yours up
Nothing-
pulling somebody else out.
Nothing
Yeah.
Can-Am has broke.
Nuh-uh.
Aftermarket parts that were on the Can-Am have broke.
No, that was factory axles you broke
No.
at
No,
the
no,
deer
no, no.
camp last year. Yes, it
Oh,
was.
Yeah, I did do that.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Well, so
I did do that.
In the first mud hole you ever put it in.
Did I do that? Yeah, I did that.
Yes.
Well, so it's like this. As far as Can-Am goes, I think let's just talk about the seats. Just the seats.
Oh, it's way
motherfucker.
better seating.
The Can-Am Defender seats are 10 out of 10 more comfortable than the Polaris Ranger seats.
I don't believe it.
You hadn't sat in mine then.
Then you haven't sat in mine.
I've sat in yours.
I've
They're
sat in yours.
freaking jail. Like they
So,
they
no.
almost
No.
kiss my ass cheeks. Like
I'm
It
telling
feels like
oh,
it feels
that's what
like
it sounds like when you sit
you, the
on.
Polaris rep must be kissing your ass.
no,
What's going on?
it honestly feels like you're sitting. Okay, you sit in a recliner.
Yeah.
When you're sitting, you just sit down in a recliner. You're in a Polaris Ranger. When you kick the feet up on a recliner, you're in a Can-Am. Like there's a little bit of a difference.
I have more leg room.
No, you
I have
do
no,
not.
Yes,
You
I
do
do.
not have
No,
more
no.
leg
Yes,
room
I
than me.
do.
There's no way.
No.
Yes, I do.
There's no way.
I promise you.
There's
I've
no-
looked at your
My
Polaris.
bike
Your
versus
seats
your
don't
bike.
flip up. You don't have toolboxes underneath it. You have these big boxes underneath. There's shorter seats
There's a
on the
box
bottom.
under every seat. I have more leg room. That's not an
No.
opinion. That is
no,
a
no, no.
fact.
I have more leg room than you.
No.
No way.
Yes.
No.
Does your seat move back and forth?
Yes.
There is no box underneath your seat.
Yes, it is.
Not the driver's
Under
seat.
every seat.
No, there's a big. It doesn't even
Every
flip up.
seat. Every single seat.
You must have added it or added something.
No. 100% factory. There's a box under every single seat.
I am 100% pro Can-Am over Polaris any day simply because I have had Polaris Razor and Ranger before. And you cannot keep that motherfucker running.
Mine's still running. Y'all's is not.
You got it
just
3
got
weeks
it.
ago.
Y'all's brakes.
You got it 3 weeks ago, and you don't do shit with it. You
And-
drive to your fucking end of your road.
And I have a question.
I use mine 4 hours a day every day, and y'all don't. You just
that
go
bitch
to a park.
idles for 4 hours a day, maybe.
It drives around feeding cows, fixing fences.
but I have a
It's
question.
used.
When
It's a
they were
workhorse.
designing the Ranger
The
Did they,
Can-Am
like,
is
do a
made to
test
drive it
drive?
5 minutes a month.
and hit a wall, and then back off the wall and go, yeah, we like the snub nose.
yeah.
Because every Ranger looks
Okay.
like it
Okay.
slapped a tree.
Okay, the front end of your bike looks better than the front end of mine. I'll give you that.
Well, we've got appearance going for us. Have you-
Appearance, it does look better.
Have you seen a Can-Am X3 compared to a Polaris Pro R Razor yet?
I don't ride gay stuff.
Shit.
Ah, boy.
Shit.
Okay,
It's
I'll
like-
take that part back. I was just being cocky, but
Yeah, because your boyfriend's going to be pissed when he hears that part.
whatever. Everything that I buy, I use to work with.
Yeah.
So I have not looked at a Razor or an X3.
And
I
will
would
say,
absolutely, positively love to have a bike that is 100% for mud riding.
Well, I'm gonna
The
throw
bikes
you.
I have right now, both bikes are set up to work on a ranch.
I'm gonna throw you
Utility.
under the bus a little bit here.
Utility.
Utility.
I'm gonna throw you under the bus a little bit. I don't know why. Maybe there's a reason you can explain, but Polaris wasn't your first choice.
Just like GM wasn't his first choice. Sounds like he wanted
Well,
a fucking Ford and got a GM. Sounds
Polaris
like he
was-
wanted a Can-Am.
Polaris was not my first choice, but neither was Can-Am.
The fuck was you going to get it?
What was your first choice?
My first choice was a Kawasaki Mule.
Get the fuck up and leave.
No,
I'm
after,
telling you right now.
that, what was your next choice?
A tracker.
A Honda. Oh, fucking tracker, baby.
We was experimenting.
And now I do like the tracker,
I'll
but
tell
it is only for hunting and utility.
The only tracker
tell you
that I
right
like
now.
is the Geo tracker from the early 90s.
going fast, going trail riding to the deer stand, mud riding, whatever you're doing, does not compare to having it on the farm, on the ranch,
Oh, yeah.
working out of it. I bought my place. It came with a Kawasaki Mule on it.
It's because nobody wanted it.
I would have never bought one.
It's because they didn't want that motherfucker no more.
No, the old lady I bought the ranch from was moving to town. She didn't have anywhere for it. But
They're just
I got
ugly
the
as
mule.
hell.
They are ugly. They look like a cardboard box.
It's a
But
little tank though.
I'm telling you,
They're strong. They're
that
strong.
bike is 10 years old. Nothing goes wrong with it.
But I
it
found out
goes
why.
to feed the cows. It has twice as much interior space
It does that.
than any other bike.
I've ridden in it. You can fucking
And
lay
it
down on the
has-
floorboard.
It's
But I
it's
found
a
out why, though.
6-seater. It has a bed. The bed extends.
Yeah.
For a work utility bike, man, I'm telling you. And that's why I initially was going to go buy another mule for the ranch. That's what it was for.
Yeah.
100% for the ranch. And you can't find one.
I
They don't
found
have
out
them.
why.
You can't buy them.
I talked to a sure enough ATV side-by-side mechanic that knew his shit. Kawasaki Mule, deliberately Kawasaki turns these things down on the RPMs, on the torque, on everything across the board so that you physically cannot break it.
Oh,
To where Polaris and Can-Am, they turn their shit up or let you do whatever you want to do, and you'll spin drive shafts and axles and all that. Kawasaki, unless you start dicking with it, if you leave it alone, you cannot destroy it.
No.
If I was buying a bike for employees to use, hands down, 100% of the time, it would be a Kawasaki mule.
You can't break it.
Okay. No.
All right, we're on the farm. You brought the farm up. Let's go to tractors. Hold up. How much time we at?
So
Tractors.
Scott is talking to us in our ears, but his voice is not being recorded.
All right, real quick.
This
We've been on here for a
technology,
long
man,
time.
He's just moving on up.
We've been on here for a long time, so I'm gonna run down 5 things real quick. Tractor brand. What is it?
Kubota.
John Deere.
John Deere.
Kubota.
John Deere. I'm going
I've had
Kubota.
both. I got the ranch. John Deere,
I'm
hands
going
down.
Kubota. TVs,
Samsung.
electronics in general.
Apple.
Cheapest fucking TV I can get from Walmart. It's got Roku on it now.
Okay, look, Apple doesn't make a TV. They have Apple TV, but they don't make a TV.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
so-
not Apple.
I'm going to Samsung.
Samsung.
Roku.
Roku doesn't make a TV either.
Roku TV does, yes. Yes,
They do?
Yes, I've
Could
got
have
6.
sworn Apple made it.
All
I've
right,
got 6
well,
of them motherfuckers.
I'm going with that.
Apple computer.
Cell phones. We're going
Apple.
Android or Apple.
Apple all
I'm an Apple guy.
Who the fuck uses an
We're
Apple?
doing the same thing on computers. I'm going with a Mac.
Apple.
Hold on. I've been disappointed in Mac last few years.
I'm still
but
going
what
with
are
a
you
Mac.
gonna get
I literally,
to substitute
me and
for
Chip,
that?
own
HP.
$200,000 worth of
Yeah.
computers.
PC, you can go back and forth. Shoes.
I mean,
Uh,
honestly, just
I don't wear
cheap.
shoes.
Yeah, cheap.
Boots.
I'm going on Cloud.
Ariat.
Okay, we're going boots. What we got on boots?
Ariat.
You going area?
No, I'm gonna go Luke Casey. If I'm gonna get boots, it's gonna be Luke Casey or Thorogood. Thorogood work boot. Luke Casey stunting.
Luke Casey Stunting.
Yeah, I'm a Luke Casey guy.
Ariat, by the way, I need some new boots.
Liquor.
Crown.
Crown, baby. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
Crown. Yeah. Fuck some Jack.
Crown, I need. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Sponsor Cheeto. You know what
Beer.
I'm saying?
PBR.
All right, look, we're going to talk about this today. I'm not on you with the PBR, but PBR, please hook this man up.
I
I don't think you understand how
This dude is
fucking
giving you
dedicated
so
he
much
is.
advertisement on this podcast.
Oh,
I
crazy.
am a
At
PBR
the
drinking motherfucker.
at the last show, I guarantee you 200 people came up and said, "Can I buy you a beer?"
PBR.
He's like, "Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon."
yeah.
They're like, they just look at him, turn their
All
head
right.
sideways.
All right.
PBR is pork chop of beer, baby.
All right. Monster or Red Bull?
Monster.
I'm a Monster guy.
Monster.
Monster all the way around.
I don't drink that fucking
All right, all right.
oof, kerosene.
Alexa or Google
Or Siri.
or Siri?
Siri.
she
Hey,
just started
Alexa
talking.
Hey,
started
we
talking.
didn't ask you to get in this conversation.
Siri.
Siri.
Okay. And the last one, are we going with a snapback or a fitted hat?
Snapback
Every
all
day.
day.
Snapback.
Richardson 112 style truckers.
Richardson
Snapback.
112
Shut up.
truckers. All right. All right, guys. Well, we've talked about brands. We've gone through it. We've had a little fun. We'll probably touch on the subject again at some point, and we'll have more coming your way.
Let us know what your favorite brands are in
Yeah.
the comments.
Comment.
We love
interact with
feedback,
us. We
guys.
love the feedback. Tell
Somebody
us good or bad,
please
whatever.
tell me that y'all also drink PBR. I'm a big
No.
Nobody drinks PBR.
I've never even had one.
You know why you don't drink PBR? Because there's only one way.
That's the outlaw way, baby.
We'll see you later, guys.
But you need to drink PBR.